And a good Monday to you. Why do I need headphones? We don't have any callers. Who the hell do I have to listen to? I'll put those on after. Listen, let's jump right in. I want to throw the number out. 248-539-9797. What an absolutely disgusting performance from the Lions. We talked about this last week, how it was the dress rehearsal, how we just needed to see some glimpses. I know Mike Sullivan had said he didn't even care if Stafford played, wanted really nothing to do with it, but even Sully now is changing his thought process. This team had no energy again, was down multiple scores at halftime again, had their defense cut apart again. The offense looked very average, below average, frankly. And I will tell you, I think you have every right to be very concerned about this regular season because you're not good enough to not look okay. I mean, an example, Dave Burkett in the paper today said it best. This team hasn't earned benefit of the doubt. You're not the Patriots. You're not the Steelers. You're not the Saints. You're not a team that's any damn good. I can't sit there and go, it'll be all right, you'll turn it around. You haven't earned that. And his team looked like garbage. Tampa Bay's got a bottom 5 offensive line. They were missing 3 starters from that unit. You still couldn't stop them. Whether it was Fitzpatrick, whether it was Jameis Winston, or whether it was third stringer Ryan Griffin, who had never taken an NFL snap. It's embarrassing. And Matt Patricia, you know what? He looks like bearded Caldwell right now. That routine before the half, the old soft shoe, the clock management looked like Caldwell. The decision on the field goal looked like Caldwell. It was a disaster. Now, if you're some Lion slappy you want to call up and tell me none of it matters, fine, your business. And you know normally how I feel about the preseason. Guys, I'm absolutely concerned. I am absolutely concerned that this team has gone through the entire preseason now. Remember, no starters will play in Game 4. None. You have gone through the entire preseason, and you have looked like garbage. Do not sell me on what went down in the fourth quarter of that game, where it was a battle of guys who won't make the Lions versus guys who won't make the Bucks, and you scored a touchdown late to win. When it counted, you were down by 2 touchdowns. When it counted, you couldn't get a stop. And Matt Patricia is the new guy in town. I got to tell you something. He's beating the hell out of these guys in training camp, working them to the bone, working their asses. Okay, well, here's what you're getting, Matt. Nothing. That team didn't even look like they wanted to be there. Again, that followed the performance against the Giants, where they looked like they didn't want to be there. Defensively, good luck and Godspeed. That front looks awful. Awful. And I want to see where people are at with it. Because, look, I don't think any of us have overwhelming hope for this team that they're going to somehow pull a miracle and win a division. But I had some hope that they weren't going to be bad. Bad is defined by 6 wins or less. I got to be honest. You know what they look like? They look like a bad football team. They really do. And Patricia, before the half with 3 timeouts and a minute and a half on the clock, what the F are you doing? What is that? That is exactly why I wanted Caldwell fired. What is that? Then the ridiculous decision to try a 60-some-odd yard field goal in the preseason. It's amazing to me. What is it with these guys when they start coaching the Lions, their brains turn to mush? You never see Belichick run a series like that. Never. You learned under Belichick. And then what? The first time your parents don't give you a curfew, you're out till 5 a.m.? What was that? I'm sorry. I don't think this team deserves a break. And boy wonder Bob Quinn should be on notice this point forward, period. It's ridiculous. This team looks like they have no talent. And I know they got more than that. I know they got more pieces than what they're showing. They have more ability than what they're showing. But the longer this goes on, where you just don't even show flashes of what you're capable of, the more people, your customers, have a right to doubt you. I think Burkett is spot on, and I'm going to parrot that. They haven't earned your trust. New coach, new staff, new way of training camp. You look like garbage. Garbage. You know what you look like? The Buffalo Bills. Except the Bills trotted out a rookie quarterback who is raw, who has no business being on the field, in Josh Allen. And they had a disastrous first half against the Bengals. But that's what you looked like. Here's the difference. The Bills are an assumed 3-win football team. Rebuilding top to bottom with a raw rookie QB. That is not how you're supposed to look. I have nothing to go on with this team. I have absolutely nothing to offer you as I get on the air on a Monday afternoon. I don't get paid by the team. I ain't got no reason to shill it up for them. I have nothing to offer you in the way of positive commentary. Nothing. Don't you dare call me and talk to me about the fourth quarter. Don't. They look like trash. And Patricia looks like he lost his mind. The end of that first half, that's brutal. That is every reason you had a job opportunity here, because the last guy couldn't run it right. Not with his timeouts, not with the play selection, and then, trying that field goal. What are you doing? You understand how easy it is on a stupid play like that in the preseason, a wet field, bad weather? You know how easy it is for somebody to get hurt on a play like that? On some stupid horse bleep play like that? That first half is one of the worst halves of football you ever see. Ever. And I watched a lot of preseason games this weekend, and I will tell you, you looked like the worst team of the bunch. Maybe, if you take away a team like, I don't know, San Diego, who didn't play anybody, right? Didn't play Keenan, didn't play Melvin, didn't play Phillip Rivers, I don't think. Hey, maybe we could have that conversation, right? You played your people. You sat no one. You played your people, and you played them into the third quarter, and that's what you give me? That? I want your thoughts on it. I am officially concerned. You want to call me a goofball? You want to do whatever you got to do. I'm officially concerned. They haven't earned my trust to look like this. This is unreal. Don't call up and say, well, look how good they looked, and then they went 0-16. Guys, we're not talking about that. That's a false equivalency. I am talking about a team that is ready to win, that has a new head coach, a new staff, that played its starters to damn near at a point where it was irresponsible to play them, and produced nothing against a bad football team in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is another team that is going to struggle to win 7 games. And you were outclassed in the first half. And I will tell you what is more damaging, and shout out to Monterez for this. Again, if we're going to criticize him when he writes garbage, we got to prop him up when he writes something that looks to be true. This team does not look like they want to be there. And you can draw it right back to training camp. We all have a right to an opinion, right? And we all know what opinions are like. And they all smell. The point is, what else can you go to? Team looks dead and lifeless all camp. Team getting their skulls kicked in by coach. Go out in game, play uninspired, unemotional, and frankly, unsatisfactory football. What is the one thing as fans we could draw from that? That training camp has beaten them to a pulp. And or they might just suck. Now, if you don't like the conclusions I'm coming to, great. What's yours? I'll be here till 6 to listen. 248-539-9797. Ticket text, you know the drill, 97136. Michael, go ahead. Mr. Don't Play Stafford. You like what you see?
No, I completely stand by that, and I think that's besides the point we're talking about right now. I had the belief early in this preseason that it's preseason, it does not matter one bit. I'm not going to take anything I'm not going to make any observation basically in preseason because it's not the regular season and it's just irrelevant. I'm to a point now, though, where I literally think it's impossible for Lions fans to put their hands up and say, I'm not worried at all. I don't think any fan can say that. And any Lions fan that does say...
Not a logical one.
Any Lions fan that says that exact line, and I've seen Ticket Text start this way already today. Any Lions fan that starts a sentence with, I'm not worried at all, I think that's a complete lie. Because when you look at what's happened this preseason, we all can admit, because anyone that's going to say that, they're going to call up and they're going to say, well, preseason doesn't matter, it's not the regular season. That's not the point. We all get that. But as we head towards the regular season here, there's nothing that any fan can look at and go off of and say, that's a positive. I think the team looks good in this area.
Not first-team defense, not first-team offense. Nothing.
Not even coaching staff. And here's the thing, too. I think that when Matt Patricia was hired, when Jim Caldwell was fired, a lot of fans said, well, you know what, fill in the blank. Put in Coach X. It's better than Caldwell.
Guilty. Right here. I'm guilty of that.
Well, a lot of people are. But I think it's a situation now where I'm hearing some people question why Jim Caldwell was even fired, which is a little premature.
No, I'll tell you what's going to happen.
That's what we're going to hear.
It's already happened. I think the Caldwell issue absolutely has a racial tone to it. You are going to get, we have had it. You will have some black callers call in, and they simply want a pound of flesh. I have been called a racist for wanting Jim Caldwell fired. I have been challenged. Just Friday we had a call. Was it Dre in Southfield? Saying, well, you better be as hard on Patricia as you were Caldwell. I'm telling you there's a racial undertone to it. Now, understand, I'm not going to be nice to Matt Patricia either. I don't care, white, black, or otherwise. It makes no difference to me. You are on the sideline. You're the coach. He is not going to have a honeymoon in this city, though, Mike.
No.
At all. And if he goes out and has a terrible year, both he and Quinn are going to be on the hot seat headed into 2019. At least in my world, they will be. It'll be a Ken Wisenhunt situation. They go out and have a bad year this year, go 6-10. Both Boy Wonder and Patricia both could lose their jobs in my world in 2019. I don't like what I see so far.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Do I think Caldwell should have been fired? Yes, I do. But at the same time...
Racist.
At the same time, no.
Oh.
At the same time, I can look at this, and yes, I think he should have been fired, but I can look at this right now as the season's about to start and at least admit to myself...
Yep.
Caldwell was stability. He wasn't anything great, but he was stability. What did the Lions do? They handed a veteran team to a rookie head coach, and that's some of the side effects we're seeing right now.
Well,
we're seeing a team that's not very prepared.
Town trying to be Tommy Tough Guy, who's come to town and wants to show everybody I'm the sheriff. And he has beaten the ever-living stuffing out of these guys in this camp. Ask anybody. 248-539-9797. More of Mikey. I want to get David involved, too, as he's lathered in Juju Smith-Schuster butter. We'll get to that as well. O Rewards Member Appreciation Month.